now know Canadians won't be able to buy weed legally until at least August. That news breaking out of our nation's capital late this afternoon. All this week, CBC has been delving into the cannabis industry in our series, Joint Ventures. Chris Glover is back. Chris, the Prime Minister had been signaling legalization would happen by July 1st. So what happened?
The Cannabis Act has been under scrutiny by senators who need to approve the legislation before it becomes law. Late today, CBC confirmed a deal in the Senate to vote on the pot bill on June 7th. And even if the bill passes, the provinces will need to get 2 months at least to put it into action. And that's what takes us into August. But regardless of when legalization comes, every major grow-up I've spoken to that I've come across has an expansion plan. There are currently 89 licensed producers in Canada. 48 of them are here in Ontario, but a lot more have been trying to break in. Health Canada says 96 licenses have been refused just in Ontario alone. In this green rush to legalization, only the businesses with the most creativity or the most money will be able to survive.
Right, yeah, that's what we want to see.
The grow-up at Green Relief in Hamilton is top secret.
Very specific stocking density that I don't like to share.
One of your many secrets. What's happening here?
Again, I can't. It's part of a this is the patented part of our process.
We can tell you it all starts in the tanks.
Aquaponics is a closed-loop recirculating system.
Fish waste fertilizes the water without pesticides.
So the roots of the plants just sit in the water. They absorb all of the nitrates that are created by the fish, cleaning the water for the fish, going directly back into the fish tank.
Does the fish poop change the flavor or the taste?
No, it's physiologically impossible for any animal pathogen to be transferred to a plant. So,
CEO Warren Bravo says they use 90% less water than other forms of agriculture, and the process cuts harvesting time from 6 months to 2 months.
this is what it morphed into just by talking to people who are way smarter than I am. I'm a third-generation concrete contractor. What do I know about science?
His so-called retirement plan started as a basement greenhouse growing vegetables.
Not as lucrative to grow vegetables, I guess.
This facility, I built this facility, we spent $12.5 million just to build it. I couldn't make money in this building at $1 a head growing lettuce. Something that we use for looking at the fish.
They harvest 4,500 pounds of cannabis a year. With legalization on the horizon, he's expanding.
When Building 2 is up, which we just started on, is 210,000 square feet. That'll be producing 100,000 pounds a year.
We're getting legal cannabis in Canada.
Unique green ideas are exactly what Mike Lickver and the team at Cannabis Wheaton invest in.
There has to be some secret sauce or some X factor, especially in today's market. There's a lot of producers out there.
Think Dragon's Den meets licensed producers. The 33-year-old former cannabis lawyer puts up millions of dollars to help grow-ops expand.
We take a royalty or a stream of cannabis along the way.
When you say a stream of cannabis, are you talking about physical cannabis?
Physical cannabis.
They pay you in weed.
That's right. We do get a small piece of the equity, so we take some shares, but what we really focus on is that payment in weed.
When you were 15 years old, did you ever think you were going to get paid in weed?
When I was sitting in handcuffs for being in possession of weed.
Oh, interesting.
No.
No.
I didn't.
Life took a different twist.
It's pretty wild. 15-year-old me is fist pumping right now saying, good job.
Put it at the very top, plant a knuckle down.
Potentially far more common than massive grow-ops, home grows. Once it's legal, every household will be allowed 4 cannabis plants.
It actually flowers within 3 months.
Weed guru Ashley Athill hopes to cash in with her Grow 101 class.
Ensuring that you're in the right pH range, ensuring that your environment is properly done, your temperatures, your humidity. So there's a lot of different information that needs to be passed through to an individual before they start growing if they want to do it effectively.
Courses like hers also teach people how to manage some of the pitfalls of growing at home, things like pests and, of course, mold as well. If that gets in the rest of the house, it can be a real problem. So that's what her course goes over.
You have to be careful because there's a lot of complications that people might not expect.
Absolutely. So those that I just listed, and then there are these tents that people can buy to help control things like moisture and heat, but they're not cheap. Some of the ones that I saw there at that shop were up to $1,000.
Yikes. All right. You have more to come on this?
Yeah, tomorrow night I'll be back.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
You bet.